Guess what, ladies and gents? King K. Rool is finally back in the mainstream. The calamitous crocodile's fame was rekindled in Smash Bros. But thanks to Donkey Kong Bananza, K. Rool is going to be here to stay for some time. As such, I would say it's appropriate for us to give him a new figure. His model is fun and complex, and I want to try my hand at sculpting him myself. So sit back and join me as I make a K. Rool King of Rot model. Alright, let's start cooking up this model. As you could probably tell from this large lad, there's going to be a lot of spheres and big round shapes that we're going to be taking advantage of. To make the eyes, I split a sphere in half, mirrored them, turned them around, and then extended. These teeth are just basic sharpened cones, and with that we have the majority of the head finished. We have to make his signature banana crown, and then of course we're going to get started on his massive body. My boy has definitely put on a few pounds. But hey, you know what? Listen, this is a judge-free zone. Serves him well, he wasn't an easy final boss. With the base of the body done, we're going to go ahead and get started on the arms. You'll probably get the vibe of this as you're watching this video, but I really enjoyed making this model. Large and chunky shapes are always a treat. Making these kinds of shapes lead to a very natural flow and development of the model, and allows you to embrace some cartoon design. Pick pretty much any cartoon you could think of. The vast majority of them use big round shapes because they're easy to animate, easy to follow in terms of the viewer's eye, and are overall just a lot of fun to work with. Ironically, we're going to be sharpening up things here with his claws, and now you're going to see the base model. We just refined some shapes here, making the head a little bit more natural, as well as the rest of the body. So now it's time to work on his gauntlets, his belt, and some of the other accessories, like the massive cape that he has. The cape, in particular, was extremely tough to do. Real quick, taking a detour here to work on a smile. But the cape was hard because it was very ambiguous. It looks like rotten banana peels. It was very tough to find the orientation for them, but we got it. As you could probably tell here, we're working on the belt. This used a lot of masking techniques, as well as reshaping and using the crease tool and the reverse crease tool to harden the edges and make each of our gestures look crisp and defined. What you're seeing now is using a couple of cones and spheres to make that crown-like shape on top of the emblem. And then you're going to see that we're going to continue using masking to make all the imprints. You saw that I used a mask for the eyes, and that was the same thing for the nose. And then of course we're going to continue utilizing some cones to make the teeth that are on the bottom. And beyond that, watch this. We're going to use a radial tool to make this repeating banana texture. There are also these weird gooey bits that are hanging down from the emblem. I imagine because of the Banandium rot. But here is our completed base model. No texture yet, but we got the proportions down, and now we have a great piece that we could use to start posing and really getting the final work in check. All I did to prepare that was I created a rig, and I made a little hierarchy so that each of the limbs and parts of the body move accordingly with one another, making it super straightforward to pose. Starting with the base, we're just gonna make a super simple cylinder. Try saying that 3 times fast. And we'll use our mesh hierarchy to begin setting the correct pose before we mesh it all together. I, of course, am using his splash art pose when you fight him first in the final battle. This is after he activates his own Bananza, where he drums his belly to activate his crazy powerful final form. And then he renames himself K. Rool King of Rot. I'm making some minor adjustments here to the hands to open them up a little bit, make them look a little more dynamic. And this part was super fun. I masked the whole region of the body and then remasked again to create all the fissures that are on his armor. I then extruded and cut away the excess. And there you have it, folks. We have the finished posed base model all set and ready to go. Insanely fun putting this together. Really a joy seeing this come to life and putting all the meshes together. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some texture. I used a lava-like texture on both his torso and his legs. The legs look a little bit more muddy, so I carved the texture in a little bit deeper. And then I layer the textures for some extra depth. And there you have it. The model itself is now complete. Overall happy with the presentation, but as you guys know, no piece is ever truly finished without some paint. So let's get started. You know the drill. We're just gonna use the color picker first to jot down our primaries. The belly is largely gold, and I went with a off orange for the rest of the body and its base. Used a dark brown for the pants and the feet. And then for the belt and all the metal accents, I went with a hybrid of this forest green and gray. I didn't want it to look too basic with just a gray or black color. And now we're going in, adding some extra details, using some shadow for the mouth. The rotten peels are gonna be brown. The crown will be orange, and here's the finished piece. Alright, so, ladies and gentlemen, what do we think? I cannot stress this enough. If you haven't played Bananza yet, go on and get to it. This final fight is nothing but a treat. The music, the presentation, everything about it. But let me know if I did a good job bringing Rool to life in 3D model form. I hope that you guys found this exhibition informative. Let me know what you'd like to see next in the comments. If you really enjoyed this work, feel free to leave a like, and of course subscribe to my channel for more, as I'm always going to be posting my work and giving you updates on my pieces to come. Your support means a lot, and thank you very much for sticking with me to the end, and I look forward to showing you guys what's next. Thanks and have a good one.